Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, and today I'll be reading a multi-character questionnaire by me. So let's get into it. Lenny, you're sipping tea, your mind drifting, when the quiet is shattered by the sound of breaking glass. And your heart skips a beat as you recognize the person that was stepping through the window. It was your ex, face twisted in a look you've seen before. Anger, unbridled and dangerous, and fear seizes you, pinning you to the spot as he approaches. Did you think you could ignore me forever? He growls, advancing with menace in his steps. Panic bubbles in your chest, and you barely manage to back away, your mind racing for a way to escape. You knew he hated you. You've left him too suddenly, and he's been trying to get back at you ever since. You've tried to stay away from him. You knew he was abusive and toxic, and you did not want to be with him anymore. He was creepy with you when the two of you were together, and that's why you wanted to stay far, far away from him. But right now, you just wondered, how terrible did your luck have to be for this to happen to you? But all of a sudden, there was a shadow, a blur in the corner of your vision. I'd suggest you back away. Now. The voice is calm, filled with an icy authority that makes even you pause in your spot. It was Lyney, and your ex startles, turning to see Lyney standing by the doorway, his gaze cold, body tense, ready for anything to happen. Lenny steps forward, placing himself between you and the man threatening you. And who the hell are you? Your ex sneers, but there is an edge of fear now. Lenny's presence is commanding, unwavering. I'm someone who doesn't tolerate people hurting those they care about. His words are laced with a quiet threat, his gaze never leaving your ex, who falters, glancing between the two of you before finally backing away. You'll regret this. Your ex pats, before stumbling out, leaving the apartment as quickly as he came. The silence that follows feels almost deafening. You're shaking, your heart pounding, and Lenny turns to you, his expression softening, concern replacing the intensity in his eyes. Are you all right, love? He asks gently, his hands finding yours, grounding you, and his touch is a warm, comforting contrast to the cold terror that had filled the room. And Lenny pulls you into a careful embrace, not needing you to talk at all. You don't have to face him alone. I'm right here, and I'll make sure he never comes here again. He whispers, and you breathe in the warmth of his presence, the strength in his arms, and slowly, the fear ebbs away, replaced by the steady, comforting beat of his heart. Neuvillette, you're halfway through a quiet night in your apartment, cozy and lost in a book. And then, you hear the door open. You're quite certain that this is not Neuvillette, not from the way that he's walking, and you have no idea just how your ex was able to just come in. Miss me, honey? He asks, and he takes a step forward, while you instinctively back up. The air around you is thick with tension. Get out, you manage to say, trying to keep your voice steady. You're terrified after all. You have no idea how he got here, or what he intends to do. But he doesn't stop. He keeps moving towards you, his shadow stretching across the room like a storm cloud. You thought I would just let you walk away, right? I gave you everything. And now you're just done with me. Is that it? Stay away, I told you. You warn him, your voice barely audible. Panic clings to your words, and he smirks, knowing he's got you scared. You look toward the door, your options dwindling with every step he takes. What are you gonna do, huh? He reaches out, a mocking smile, twisting his face as his fingers close around your wrist, and his grip tightens, cold and unyielding. Maybe you just need a reminder of who you belong to, he says, and you try to pull away, but his hold on you is ironclad, forcing you to meet his gaze. And in that moment, you're terrified. Suddenly, his hand is wrenched away from your wrist, a familiar presence stepping between you, steady and unwavering, like the tides themselves. That's enough, Neuvillette says, his tone cold enough to freeze the room, and your ex stumbles back. You'd ex Neuvillette? What are you doing with her? Neuvillette's voice is low, steady as a storm that's about to break. I am asking you to leave my partner alone now. This is your last warning, before I show you how dangerous it is to linger, he says. And there's something that's about Neuvillette's quiet intensity, his calmness, that's utterly terrifying to him. And in just moments, your ex runs away completely, and Neuvillette looks you over. Did he hurt you? He asks, and you shake your head, but the lingering fear keeps you silent. And he senses it, pulling you into a warm embrace, his arms secure and strong around you, and you feel the tension start to ebb away, his steady presence washing over you like a calming tide. He won't come back, he says. Not as long as I'm here. You can trust me, he whispers, and you nodded. And that day, you felt more than relieved to have Neuvillette, knowing that he would always be there for you no matter what.